Hello, welcome to 70 Years, 70 Muppets, a Muppet fan podcast presented by ToughPigs.com. This is the podcast where we celebrate the Muppets' 70th anniversary with 70 straight weeks of spotlights on our favorite Muppet characters, from the most popular to the most obscure. I'm this week's host, Becca Petunia, and the Muppet of the Week is Gene the Gold Behemoth, performed originally by various performers, and making his world debut in Season 1 of The Muppet Show in 1976. You know this guy. He's that large, golden-furred monster with a giant mouth, beady eyes, and huge teeth. You might remember that he sounded something like this.
I've got you.
You've got me.
Under my skin.
Under your skin.
I've got you.
You've got me.
Deep in the heart of me.
That's very true.
Personally, I love all the Muppet monsters, so I was thrilled that I got to take the lead on this episode on one of the OGs. And that, of course, stands for Original Genes. Behemoth, or Gene Behemoth, or Gold Gene, or Gold Behemoth, or Clean Gene, or Gene Siskel, or Gold Gene Behemoth, or Jean Grey the Dark Phoenix. Wait, no. Okay, well, it's some of those.
What's this man here for?
A stomachache, Dr. Bob.
Stomachache, check. Ah! There now, that should ache for some time.
He's also here for a sore throat.
Easy.
Wait! I've got a sore throat. I want it to go away.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so? Open up your mouth.
Look, things are already getting pretty complicated. How can Gene have so many names? Back in my day, when I was just a tiny, tough piglet exploring Muppet Wiki for info on as many monsters as I could find, we just called him Behemoth. But now he's Gene the Gold Behemoth? When did that happen? Well, I took a look back at some scripts for Muppet Show episodes, and I saw that originally, Gene had no name at all. Scripts refer to him as Toothy Monster, which I guess is a good description, and Scabby Monster, which I guess is a less good description. Where are his scabs? I don't want to know where his scabs are. Anyway, on Muppets Tonight, he's referred to as Behemoth, so we all just started calling him that. You remember how it was. Every time you asked someone their favorite Muppet, they'd be like, the two old guys in the balcony, or the girl from the band, or Behemoth, the toothy and scabby monster who ate Shaky Sanchez in The Muppet Show episode 119, guest starring Vincent Price, and airing in New York City on January 31st, 1977, or Waldo C. Graphic. You remember how it was when you asked people their favorite Muppet. But in 2011, Muppet performer extraordinaire Bill Barretta took over performing the Behemoth in material related to the upcoming 2011 Muppets movie, giving Behemoth his first regular performer and his first actual name, Gene. But why name this monster Gene? Turns out Bill named him after his brother, author, illustrator, and podcaster Gene Barretta. That's sweet. I love Philadelphia. Brotherly love, I mean. It's a local joke. But this leads me to even more questions. What does Gene have in common with Gene anyway? Is there a good reason why Gene is named after Gene? Should we be scared that Gene Barretta may also be a scabby monster? Where do I park my bicycle? For the safety of Muppet fans everywhere, I have to reach out to Gene Barretta and figure out how deep these similarities go. Let me just give him a call real quick. Hi, Gene. Thank you so much for joining me. So before we spoke, I gave people the lowdown on Gene the Behemoth. But for folks who don't know you, can you tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Well, who are any of us, really, if you think about it? No. All right, let me give you the answer again. Well, I'm half of the Barretta brothers, and I make a living writing and illustrating children's picture books. been doing that for about 25 years or so. But I've also done some work with Sesame Street with some animated shorts. Um, I don't even know if they're still seen in the show, but I do get some royalty checks, so they may be playing overseas, who knows. And then I did some character design work with the Jim Henson Company and some storyboards for Muppets from Space, and I do other stuff. Some background characters occasionally if I've visited the set and I came on a good day and there was a puppet that needed a hand stuck up it. Yeah, so that's who I am.
Yeah, and like you said, you do the Barretta Brothers podcast with your brother,
Hmm.
the other Barretta brother.
Right.
And I definitely, if folks haven't checked that out, I definitely suggest people look into it because you guys have so much fun on that and give so much good information.
Cool. Yeah, just go to the BarettaBrothers.com. Right now, we did go on what we called a hiatus at one point because we started the show during COVID and it gave us something to do when our real work had slowed down a bit and then we got busy. So we had to really just and doing these, anybody who does podcasts knows it can be a full-time job. So we had to just put it aside and really just do shows when something special came up and if we had the time to do it, which we've been able to do a handful of times. And we are actually talking about doing a new one very soon, which I will not say anything about, but you'll probably I don't know if you may know something by the time this comes out, but it'll be it'll be a really fun one with somebody that I don't think has appeared in anyone else's, or we'll see. I don't know. So yeah, that's that.
Well, listen, enough with the easy questions because now we need to get into some of these hard-hitting questions.
Ouch.
I need to know a little bit more about you and about Gene. So I'm going to cut right to the chase and ask you,
Yeah.
as the namesake of Gene, can you confirm or deny whether you are a large golden furred monster?
Mhm. Mhm. Well, the most I can confirm is that when I was only like a few months old, I was left on my parents' doorstep in a basket weaved with matted orange hair. And then, oddly enough, when I started growing this beard, you can see, I noticed there's most of the hair is orange.
Yeah, I am noticing that. Now, another question here. Gene, the Muppet character, is known for a big appetite, including a memorable routine in the Vincent Price episode of The Muppet Show where he ate a tiny, scared monster while singing, "I've Got You Under My Skin."
Hmm.
So, if Gene is a monster who eats smaller monsters, I have to know, Gene Barretta, have you ever eaten any smaller people?
How do you define the? No, I can't say
I didn't mean to set you up for that.
that. Does kissing count? I mean, look, you're digesting a person's like molecules and DNA and stuff. So you, in a way, are by definition eating somebody when you're kissing. But fully eaten, I have to say no.
No, okay,
I
okay.
got a weird stomach, so I can't even eat dairy.
Mm. Well, do you sing when you eat, though?
No, come on. Most I'll do is hum.
Hmm.
Because I have manners, Becca. By the way, I'm pleased to be speaking with a woman whose name makes her sound like she's living inside of a Disney cartoon from the 1940s.
It worked out great for me.
Yeah.
I'd like to pretend I am instead of living in, I
Hmm.
don't know, the greater Manhattan area. It's
That's
not
pretty
as
fun.
nice.
Yeah, today's not as fun as 1940s Disney cartoons.
No,
No.
no. Now, in another early Muppet Show appearance, Gene meets Sandy Duncan and throws a pie in Sandy Duncan's face.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever thrown a pie at any renowned stars of stage and screen?
Would I like to? or
Yes.
and
Well, you can
no,
answer
no,
both. Would you like to?
well, probably, but I won't name names. But I, no, but the closest I've come to doing something like that is I played a waiter in a QVC clip with Miss Piggy and Joan Rivers, and took place in a restaurant, and I was a waiter, and Miss Piggy got pushed by Joan and knocked me over with a tray of glasses, and then she pushed Joan headfirst into like a big wedding cake, a birthday cake. So in a way, there was a connection there that went from me to Joan getting a face full of cake.
Yeah,
That's the
that's,
closest I've come.
I don't know. I mean, it's pretty close. Pretty
Yeah,
close to throwing a pie at Sandy Duncan.
yeah. And
Now,
I wonder if there's any degrees of separation between Sandy Duncan and Joan Rivers. So, there's so much to explore here.
I know I didn't imagine I'd be I mean, I knew I'd be learning a lot, but I didn't imagine that it would get that deep.
Yeah, it gets deep dive.
Now, after some sporadic appearances in the 70s and 80s, Gene returned on Muppets Tonight as a bodyguard for your brother Bill's character, Ernest Stavros Grouper. And since Gene is named after you, I have to assume you've worked as a bodyguard for your brother, right? You've been Bill's bodyguard in real life?
Oh no, Billy's stronger than me, so that that would look pretty silly. He would be like beating the person up, and I'd just be standing off to the side, like cheering him on and moving furniture out of their way, stuff like that.
Well, that's
So,
very
I mean,
helpful.
I guess technically I was his bodyguard for like the first maybe 10 years of our lives, and then he got bigger and stronger. So he was the athlete. So, yep.
Now, in 2011, Bill began playing Gene in promotional material for the Muppets 2011 film. And this is when Bill Barretta named the character Gene.
Woohoo!
In an episode of your podcast, The Barretta Brothers, your brother said that the monster's full name is Clean Gene because he loves cleaning. So I need to ask, what are your thoughts on cleaning? Because it's probably also your favorite thing.
Oh, you know what? I think you misinterpreted that because, if you do your research, Becca, you'll find that long before he was discovered by the Muppets, Gene earned his diploma as a dental hygienist. And so he was cleaning teeth.
Oh,
And there's
okay.
this rumor that he may have actually worked for Dr. Gerald Teeth at one point.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's probably how he, grew to know all the Muppets through those dental appointments.
I mean, it makes sense. There's a lot of clean teeth in the
Yeah.
Muppets.
See, I'm rewriting Muppet history as we go here.
No,
So,
it's fine. It's
um,
fine.
but actually, I am, I'm a pretty clean person. I waste lots of time organizing, cleaning things up to procrastinate getting my work done. So, yeah, I'm pretty clean, Gene, too.
And speaking of teeth, in the Muppets 2011 film, Gene tells Jack Black that Jack Black has really nice teeth. So I'm curious, do you agree with Gene the Muppet? Do
Yeah,
you think Jack Black has nice teeth?
I do agree. And look, you notice his days as a hygienist. Look what he's noticing.
It paid off. It paid off.
There you go. See,
And
it
see,
makes sense.
this is why you're an author. You can weave these threads together.
There you go. It's all about, doing all these biographies. I play detective work most of the time when I'm researching, you know?
So, do you have any idea why your brother named this monster after you?
Um, mm, Not specifically, it's become an ongoing thing to surprise me, naming characters after me whenever he gets a chance. Because there's four of them now. And speaking of teeth again, this is the teeth episode. Um, in Muppets Mayhem, there's the flashback clip when Dr. Gerald Teeth is brushing the dentures, and he says he's talking to Eugene the denture.
That's true.
So that was the latest one, and then there was Eugene the tuba player. In Very Merry Muppet Christmas, down in the orchestra pit, Kermit actually says hi to Eugene. And the first one, excuse me, was Eugene the hunting dog in Jim Henson's Animal Show. And so it's just, and he surprises me each time. He never lets me know ahead of time. So it's always, I guess maybe that's how he knows that I'm watching the work that he does. 'Cause I can let him know that that I caught another dedication. And I kind of return the favor because I give him little cameos in the illustrations of my books sometimes. So we trade off with those little things.
So you're telling me that there isn't some kind of giant conspiracy where you are the same as Gene the monster, and it's probably more likely that it's just your brother being silly?
Like I said, I cannot confirm or deny more than showing up on my parents' doorstep in a basket weaved of orange matted hair.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. Gene Barretta may
And
or
the
may
orange
not.
beard. The orange beard. Let's see where that goes.
Gene Barretta has an orange beard, a mysterious past, a love of cleaning.
Mhm.
Gene Barretta may or may not be a giant orange monster.
Only time will tell.
Well, thank you so much, Gene. That was I'm so glad you took the time out to answer these hard-hitting questions.
Whatever I can do to help Muppet history.
Yes, no, listen, I'm considering it official now that Gene was a dental hygienist. I'm writing it down right now. We
Get those people, get those Muppet Wiki people
I know,
formed. Yeah.
but if people want to find your work or hear actual things from you instead of stupid questions about a monster who shares your name, where can people find you online, Gene?
Just go to genebaretta.com and you've got everything about my books and my appearances and things like that. And can you hear the dog barking in the background?
Somehow I can't.
Oh,
But that
good.
might
Good.
be, is that Eugene the hunting dog?
No, if it was, I'd be kinder to it, but it's a neighbor's dog who doesn't know when to stop. So yeah, so genebaretta.com is where you find everything about the work I do outside of, well, no, including with Muppet stuff. That's in there too.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Beck.
Have a good one.
70 Years, 70 Muppets is a Muppet Fan podcast presented by toughpigs.com, hosted by a whole myriad of people and edited by them as well. Produced by Jared Fairclough. The Muppet 70 logo used with permission by the Muppet Studio with thanks to Danny Iglesias, Frank Reif-Snyder and Lee Slaughter. Don't forget to follow toughpigs.com on all social media platforms. You can support us by heading to patreon.com/toughpigs or buying a t-shirt at tpublic.com/toughpigs.